Upper right in the red. Excuse me, in the blue. I know my colors. It's fine. He's playing for Gaming Gladiators now. It's SHIN. Bottom left in the red. He's playing for the Rebellion. It's Byun. Man, I tell y'all, I am not surprised to see Byun doing what he's doing. Barracks, double barracks on the low ground. You know, going for that aggression early on. It's a Crimson Court is not that long of a map. You don't really need this is a 3 structure wall, not a 4 structure wall in the natural. That always is pretty nice. Now, it's funny. For the longest time, you'd look at this and you say, well, okay, surely this isn't good because the Terran's on the left side of the map. That means their add-ons are exposed, and surely this means that you're just vulnerable to a counterattack, to losing your stim and combat shields or whatever it is, stim and reactor, right? More likely, and you're just gonna lose the game. And surely that's not worth it. And then Byun showed us that actually no, that's not true. And yeah, I can just go and I can put a bunker ahead of it. And these roach timings to try to go punish things just don't really work. And on top of that, his Reapers are his Byun Reapers. They're like, it's like burrowed units from Raynor, or burrowed units from. Not Raynor, bird units from Sarah, where it's like, yeah, I technically I'm so good with them that I just got them nerfed. You know, of course, because Cyril has had burrowed roaches and burrowed infestors nerfed. It's kind of interesting how different players get different concepts nerfed a little bit out of the game. But anyway, for now, the first Reaper is going to show up. SHIN has full knowledge of what's happening here. He also went 15 hatch, gas cancel, 15 hatch to go. And one of the benefits of doing this is you get your pull out a little bit faster as well. So you have creep a little bit more developed. You have your queen out a little bit earlier. You have lings out just a little bit earlier. That does allow you to go and put pressure with the Reapers. But Byun is well practiced with this at this point. So he knows how this game goes, and as we can see, he's not building any more Reapers. He's stuck at 3. There was a time when you say, you know, Byun might get 4, might get 6, might get even more than that. He dives in, 1 drone goes down, because of course 3 Reapers will go for the 2-shot. But at this point, the way Byun likes to play, and other players will get a little bit more aggressive as the Reapers don't even take the Reaper cliff. They just run away. They're going to be fine. The way Byun likes to play is he's going to sit here, and he's going to have 3 Reapers, and if you don't have a drone out, you're really going to struggle to take your 3rd base. But behind this, he's going to go for a macro play. He's going to get his 2nd command center. He's going to get his 3rd command center. Or he's going to go for 3 Rex, but he's going to stick at 3 Reapers. He's not really going to commit to kind of the higher Reaper counts. And we're going to see SHIN do the build that is a little bit more common. As the, he even gets the creep tumor, man. So annoying. This build that we see as a kind of a response a little bit more often, where you drop a Roach Warren, you drop a lair, you go up to 3 gas, you maybe go for Nidus, maybe just run across the map. And you just commit a lot to this because you're not getting your 3rd base up at a decent time. You know you're kind of behind against the Terran. So you're pretty much forced into this setup here. The Queen's going to get KD8 charged. 1 Reaper goes down, the other one goes down. Here's the problem, though. Or potentially the problem for Byun is he goes and tries to see what's happening. He can't go deep into this main base. If he does, he's probably going to go down. He's probably going to lose the Reapers, which, again, when you're trying to defend against this, every little unit's important. But what we're going to see here is SHIN does have his 3rd base on the way. And this is a committed timing. Roaches are on the way. Roach speed's on the way. And Byun's he should have an inkling that this is happening, because we are at 4 minutes and 30 seconds into this game, and there have been no lings. Like 0 lings on the map. So what that means is no link speed. Right, and if there's no link speed, it's going to be a roach opener. He sees the roaches, and with his Banshee, he has to follow up. Yeah, he's going to see the roaches not just sitting there on creep, but actually actively moving forward a little bit. If he keeps the Reapers alive long enough, he's going to see, okay, roach speed is done too. So he knows what's happening here. He has a very good idea about what's happening in this game. And first of all, his stim should be done in time. His stim should complete by the time the roaches move across to the other side. So even losing the tech lab, while unfortunate, it's not going to be the end of the world. Second thing with the Banshee, these roaches shouldn't really get much of anything done. So Byun, he's just in a good spot. I mean, just based on how these openings he's gotten, he's killed very little. He's killed a drone. He's killed two lings. But his 3rd base is done right around the same time the Zerg player is. his... I mean, this... Oh, man, if this was 2 Banshees, this 4th base would get canceled. I don't think there... Yeah, he's not going to be able to burst it down. Not with a single Banshee. Well, my... Yeah, he's slowly getting this down. This is going to be a cancel. Okay, so 1-1. Halfway done. 4th base does get canceled. Creep Tumor is denied, and that's the big bounty. What Byun's been doing this game with the Reapers, with the Banshees, with really everything else. You kill the Creep Tumors, you make it a lot harder for Shin to go and take any base that he wants. So we're going to see this base. It's just... This Banshee should cancel this again, I think. And remember, so what are we at? We're single Evo, right? Yeah, single Evo, Carapace on the way, adding in the Infestation Pit. So Shin trying to leverage Rosh's to go into tier 3 tech pretty quickly. And there we go. There's a Hive on the way extremely quickly. And that is the one thing you got going for yourself, right? You know, you go for this, you don't commit a lot of gas to anything, as the Banshee will get forced back at this point. Yeah, it's not really going to do much. But this drop on the right side may just be able to get a lot more. 3 drones go down for the start. Oh, this is a bounty here. 8 workers go down. Byun loses nary a thing. And again, this is a big deal. So when we talk about this game state, though, I think what we're going to see Shin go for, he's got link speed halfway done. Carapace halfway done. As we see the tanks, well, hey, production getting gooped at. I wish we saw more of that. That actually is really awesome. We don't see enough there of the just gooping down a bunch of production structures to make it hard for the Terran to produce the key units that they need. But we're going to see speed done. We're going to see Carapace done. We're going to see a second Evo getting started now. But this is going to be for really quick ultra, I think, is the name of the game coming out of Shin. You don't really have to worry about attack upgrades for the Lings because you can get Adrenal. That's a big deal. And then, you know, popping a bunch of ultras out actually against a bunch of 1-1 bio, maybe 2-2 bio is really hard. But we've seen Byun lose a decent amount of games to that. Byun lost in the finals to Dark 3 weeks ago, to that very same idea in a game where he was it was post youth. It wasn't a Crimson Court, but in a kind of a very similar idea. So this Banshee has just gotten not a lot of kills, but a ton of Creep Tumors. Anyway, our Hive is done. All right, Vipers are getting added in. Adrenal +1 bailing speed is Shin. He's gotten his trade. He's gotten away with this transition. It's kind of the big thing. Yeah, he lost 8 more workers. That's not great. His economy is okay, but it's 4 bases to Byun that's gonna have 4 bases pretty soon. Like, this economy is good. It's reasonable, but it's not the best. Not by a long shot. And this SimCity, I mean, good luck attacking into this with ultras. It's not gonna work out super well. All the supply depots at the front with the spots for the Lings to filter through. Like, it is a well set up bit of SimCity there that's making it uncharacteristically loses a lot there to the Miles. I didn't even talk about it because I didn't expect it to happen, but 14 Marines go down to those Biles. Yeah, that doesn't feel good there, Byun. That's a mistake. And as he tries to take this 4th base, yes, it's on the high ground. Yes, you can put tanks in interesting positions, but it's a lot easier for Shin to go try to break. And losing those 14 Marines like that just for free is actually a bit of a problem. So Drilling Closets are going to be done soon, which means the Widow Mines now they're going to be cloaked. Pretty big deal. They're going to be able to burrow a little bit faster too. So Byun moves out on the map again. His 2-2's not done yet. This bio is only on 1-1. It's up an upgrade, sure, but it's not up 2. And now the tanks are going to try to get on top of this. Gas, Banshees, well, Banshee will go down. The gas is going to go down here as well. Byun on the right side, knocking these Ravagers down as well. And that's the bounty, right? Yeah, Roaches, who cares? Ravagers don't have armor. Ravagers don't have the armor tag. As ultras, yeah, this is the problem, right? Just get on top of everything. This is the problem we're looking at with the Blinding Clouds as well. Byun, he's been in such a good position this game, but I don't know that he was ready for this. Marauders, the transition, he's building them forward at time. Yeah, he's getting ready for it now. Banelings chases the rest of his army away, but you can't lose so much of your army in the middle of the map. The repair is not going to be good enough in time. Ultras getting kited away here. 2-2's now done. So even as the Ultras, they have +3 armor. Yeah, certainly. They're only 3 armor, or only +2 armor. They're only at 3 armor. They can still get kited down. So the 4th base is dead, but how much does Byun get on the backside? It's a really important question. Because yes, you know, 4th base down, that's not great. But he did kill a lot for it. Right? He got 4 ultras. He got a bunch of Ravagers. And at the end of the day, Byun, he killed a lot more gas than he lost. And when we talk about this game state, that is what matters. Byun's got like a ton of gas in the bank, but Shin has not been able to retake the rich gas. So his gas economy What's he on? He's on 6 gas. He's not on 8, and that's a lot harder to reinforce. The Ultra Bane setup. Ultra's actually you want the Vipers as well. It's worth quite a bit of gas here. So Byun has to kite away, line or parasitic bomb on top of the Medivacs, or well, there's well split, so that's not really going to get a lot done. And the Widow Mines on the Ultras actually it can add up. So Ultras, of course, have this crazy armor as they continue to kite away. Now they got 4 armor instead of 3. Continues to have this crazy armor, right? But Widow Mines, they just go straight through it. It's spell damage. It does make a difference. As now Parasitic Bomb is going to go down. This heavy Marauder army, not enough Marines to really deal with the Lings for the most part. They continue to filter on forward. Shin trying to end the game right now, but is Ultra stuck on the back line as he tries and tries and tries to break this base down. I think he's going to be able to do it. Widow Mines, again, they're getting great shots. They really are. But, well, actually, this is going to be pretty nice here. Another Ultra's going to go down, but friendly fire on top of the Marauders. Now Byun tries to kite forward. So many biles are going to go down. It's so hard to micro against this. And he does have to give the position up. The base did complete. If Byun can survive against this attack, that's going to matter quite a bit. Another Ultra's dead. Byun continuing back against the wall here. This all in coming out of our Zerg player, but now the Ultras are gone. Now he can try to stim on forward. Now he can try to make something happen with this. The base is going to land once again. At the very least, a bit of a Sim City. But with the biles, it's going to have to run away. That was a big bile shot. He's got to get SCVs on top of this. Got to get the repair going. And it seems like the repair is going to be there for now, but now Lings are going to show up as well. These +2 Lings, effectively +5 with the Adrenal, making life that much more difficult. The Sim City doing everything it can for Byun, but now the reinforcements coming in from the right side kill everything in Shin. On a 5-minute all in, he makes it happen here. What a game 1. Oh, that was awesome. All right, so this is a 15 pool, I think. Likely maybe a 17 hatch. Yeah, 15 pool, 17 hatch, which screams 19 drone roach. Now, I don't know if Shin's really going to go for it, and I don't know how I feel about it on this map, right? You got this choke. I mean, I guess you got the choke, and then you can kind of dive forward. You can. Does an Overlord on that? Does an Overlord in the gap here? Does an Overlord in the dead airspace? Does it see the supply depot? Is that a thing? I don't know. Okay, so if you can put an Overlord on in the gap here, well, excuse me, if you can put an Overlord in the gap right here and it will see the supply depot, that actually would justify getting a couple Ravagers and putting pressure on the map, because what that would mean, of course, is you can go and the Overlord can open up a way for the roaches to get into the main base without coming victim to Marines, which is kind of how things happen. Like a Cyclone pops out, Marine pops out, and then you lose the Overlord, and then you don't have high ground vision, and the attack becomes a lot harder. But hey, you know, I'm talking about this 19 drone roach. It's just not going to happen. At the end of the day, Shin just goes for a very, extremely safe opener. I guess he was worried about a 2 racks. I guess that's the fear, but I mean, not going to happen. In fact, he built. Okay, I guess the Ling died. He built 1 set of Lings. That's it. Just building more Queens. And you know, you can get, if you go for an early pool like that, you can get away with that. Getting a lot of Queens early on means the Reapers, well, they're ice cancel. Okay, he's gonna. You get, you know, because you can get a Queen out very, very quickly, and then 2nd Queen out and 3rd Queen out, etc. You can get yourself in a pretty nice position, so you don't really have to build a lot of Lings. You do take a hit for it. You know, going 15 hatch, 17 pool into a macro game, your economy is slowed down. There's no way around that, but you keep yourself safe. That does work out. It's not like, you know, this is the end of the world, right? The game's over. I really do love what Byun's doing in this game, though. So notice he's like, yeah, okay, I see your timings. I see your creep timing is kind of the big thing. So he's going to know, yeah, this Natural's a little slower. And what's his response? How is he going to go? Is this Reaper is very dead. What's he going to go? How is he going to respond to this? The quick layer on the natural. Oh, it's on the natural. I think Byun might have seen this. No, he didn't. Okay. But anyway. Let's see. Byun's, you know, you got this quick natural on the way. I love Byun's response, right? You go 3 CC. Because, well, you know, your opponent's economy is a little bit behind, so you can take advantage of that and go a little bit further. That being said, this is a very quick layer. We got 4 gas here. This could be 2 base Muta. Do we have a Roach Warren? Yeah, so this is, oh, this is pretty cool. Shin going 2-base Muta in game number 2 in a matchup where he has Byun so blind countered it's not even funny. So let's talk about why this is a thing. This is 3CC, Viking into Liberator. What that means a couple things. First of all, if you go 3CC, your second, third barracks will be delayed. There's not going to be this timing where you run across the map with 2 medevacs and 16 Marines that put pressure on. That's number 1. Number 2 is the Queen's here on the ramp, so these Hellions really shouldn't get anything done. Where's our Liberator, though? Where's our Viking? Okay, there's the Viking. Yeah, it's got a kill. It's going to get a second one. Don't hate it. It looks like the Liberator. Okay, Liberator was made now. Run it across. Number 2, because of this, stim is delayed. Because this Viking, Liberator, and 3C, your stim is pretty heavily delayed, which means that, well, the Spire is going to be done by right around the same time that, well, stim is going to be done, which is great. That buys you so much time to actually get mutas out on the map. The way 2-base muta dies, oh, looking for this round, not going to find it. Byun's aware. The way 2-base muta generally dies, this spore is, yeah, it's close enough. The way 2-base muta generally dies, right, is Terran moves across the map with a bunch of stim bio as you're pumping mutas, which is, you know, you're saving a lot of money. Shin's gonna have enough money for about 10 mutas by the time that this Spire is done. 6 mutas on the way right now. He has enough gas for 3 more if he decides to go for it, but it's just gonna be +1. And it's more that he's supply blocked, actually. Oh, Shin. You know, you gotta be ready there, bud. But anyway, so he's gonna build a lot of mutas. And if Byun was moving across the map right now, 5:36 minutes with, say, a 2-1-1, something like that, as these Queens soak damage, they take some damage, but the Liberator dies and doesn't really get a lot done. If Byun was moving across the map right now, well, he'd probably just kill Shin, is the long and short of it. Shin would be dead. There wouldn't be a lot of comeback available. But because of everything else, because we talked about this 3 racks, and because there was all this investment into things in the starport as well, all of a sudden these mutas, they can fly across the map with immediate effect. So for now, they're going to focus on add-ons, not kill them, but get damage done. And behind this, of course, double evo. The downside of going 2-base muta is your upgrades are pretty heavily delayed, and your gas is very committed to these mutas, so losing mutas doesn't really feel all that great, but he's going to kill the reactor. Yeah, he's going to burn that one down. Not going to lose another muta for it. And it's weird, right? This map is technically very good for 2-base muta, and also a little weird for 2-base muta, because on the one hand, you got this effective dead airspace on the left side that Shin's trying to take advantage of. It also means that you can handle drop pressure, which again is good on this map in a little bit more reasonable way. On the flip side, because of how the base setup is, and you want to run in a box with mutas, right? Main base natural third, go on this triangle. Because of how this base is set up, it's really hard for the mutas to get into the main base. They don't have a good angle, so they have to play on the natural and the third, which makes life a little bit more interesting as the mutas, they decide to sit on top of this. And now this attack from Byun is very scary. Bailing speed is done, of course. Bailings are on the way. Mutas are on the other side. How much of an army here for Shin do we really have? How many Bailings do we have? We don't have any. Okay, Shin's just dead. That was unexpected. Byun just runs across the map. Shin was in no way, shape, or form ready for this. Didn't have any Bailings prep, and now, well, he's going to get supply blocked to an insane margin. These Bailings are going to have to get the most incredible shots that I have ever seen, and they're just not getting them already. The Spire's done too. Okay, well, Shin just died, folks. That is not often that we see this happen. Bit of a anticlimactic ending, even if this attack gets cleaned up, and it kind of did. Well, there's the next round. Yeah, Shin is incredibly dead here. Well played there, Byun. This is game 3 of our series. You talk about setups here. You talk about how things have been going in a best of 1. We know nothing because I did not add in that alias into the code. And unfortunately, Illegal Elect does not know who GG Shin is. It knows who Shin is. It does not know who GG Shin is. So, never mind. That fly-in tells us absolutely nothing. I need to go and add the exception into the code there. But anyway, so I really liked the idea from Shin, but you gotta have Bailings ready. And as I think about it more, right? So it's like, okay, 2-base muta makes a lot of sense on that because of dead airspace, because of Byun going for 3CC. That's a great setup, kind of it's not a hard counter, but it is a good build order comparison, theoretically. All these things are reasons that technically that game should have been good for Shin. But because Terrans are going to take the triangular third for multiple reasons, it's a good pushing angle. It's really hard to get into the main. So what that means is effectively you only have 2 bases to bounce between, not 3, which makes 2-base Muta a little bit weaker. And in general, Shin got nothing done. Again, was well postured. And the other thing that we talked about is, okay, so hard to get the triangular third makes it a little harder to get into the main base. Okay, fine. The other problem, because of the mineral wall and everything else, either the Terran runs across the map with a bunch of tanks, sieges out your natural with that mineral wall, and it's really hard, or you have it open and they run through, and then it's kind of a hard angle to fight with Lingbane. So having worse upgrades, I mean, I think you still got to play Lingbane on the map. So yeah, maybe I'm saying I'm trying to put the map. Oh, nice KDA charge there. Byun gets the drone. He's not gonna get it. Yeah, he doesn't have the cooldown for it, but gets the first drone, which is that's really cool. But anyway, I'm trying to ascribe things to a map that really is just Shin didn't have bailings. He had no idea the attack was coming until it happened, and that's just, you gotta have some safety beams there. Is really the long and short of it. So we're into game 3. Byun playing a very standard game, nothing super crazy from either side. Quick 3cc, 1-1-1 type of setup. Shin third base, just about done at the same time. So no 2-base Muta, no, I guess 3cc is happening. Shin is a little bit supply blocked. Oh, he's gonna be fine. Okay, third base was done. It's always interesting, like right around that like 40-45 supply mark, you can get supply block. You feel a little weird, but anyways, he's gonna be fine. More queens getting added in, more drones getting added in here, going for a Hellion or going for Viking once again for Byun. And Byun, the Viking game 1, got a lot done. Killed 2 overlords, I think. A big deal is actually, I didn't talk about it enough in the actual game, but the big deal, what it was able to do, there's this attack path on the left side that Byun took, and what did Shin see that made him question mark? I don't know. If anyone in chat can read Korean 2 minutes in the past, let me know what's happening.
Game paused.
We have a pause. But anyway, so Overlord's all on the left side went down, which meant that early warning was going to have to be creep, and it's kind of hard to spread creep in that angle. All right, so I guess there was lag. I didn't feel it even, so I don't know what's up with that. But unfortunately, we've lost our French observer. Even still, I like what Byun's doing in this game, right? We talked about that last game about how Byun did all these small things right to make sure that he was okay. Well, the attack happened. Well, in this game, Byun going for Viking once again, supply blocking Shin just to be annoying. And Shin, okay, he did get link speed. He does have access to that tech. But he's dropping a Roach Warren behind this. And you know, Shin has always been a bit of a Roach boy. I know I call him kind of a budget dark. I know that's not fair. I know other people will say, when I sit here and we real talk strategy, which hasn't happened for a while, but when we do real talk strategy, I'm like, yeah, Shin's just kind of a budget dark. And people say, how dare you? Dark is so good. And what I mean by that is he's kind of another Roach guy. He's another guy that likes for these sledgehammer plays versus, you know, Solar, who's, can't believe it. I guess there was no transfuse available. He goes for like these sledgehammer plays versus, say, you know, a Solar who's, I guess, sledgehammering in a different way. But Shin is a very caveman Zerg. He's not a refined, elegant Zerg. He's like, no, I'm going Roaches, or I'm gonna go and if I'm going, say, late game, quote unquote, I'm going for high. I'm just going for this big ultra timing. He's not as strong of a late game player. Now Ling speed run by finds its way because it's not a full wall. The Hellions are gonna have to run back home. Marines go down, and Shin, you know, I think he could have gotten a little bit more if he actually got on top of the mineral line. Instead, he's gonna kill a supply depot to try to keep maybe that run by it. Actually, no, never mind. I don't hate this at all. So this is pretty cool. There's an attack coming in behind this. I didn't notice how late Shin's lair was. This timing is actually super cool because while the Banshee's on the other side of the map, it's not really ready for this. Biles are going to go down, which means this wall is open, way open. The damage from the Lings early on, it means everything. It's just easily accessible. And by the way, Shin does have his fourth base on the way. He's going to find his way into the natural. He's going to find his way into the main base here. Biles are going to go down, getting a bunch of SCVs. 5 workers go down. Ling's on top of the natural. Byun just dead. Not ready whatsoever. And this is 2 straight games where one player just not ready for the attack. SHIN moves on to the round of 4.